Bienvenue à tous, nous sommes au Royal Golf Club de Mougins avec Joe Miller qui est l'ambassadeur du Royal Mougins et Stéphane Damiano, le head pro de la Prime Golf Academy. Bonjour messieurs, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bonjour Michel.
Alors Stéphane,
nous avons aujourd'hui le plaisir d'accueillir Joe. We have the pleasure today to welcome Joe Miller, so world champion longest drive. And tell us a bit more about your last record. Dites-nous un peu, Joe, comment s'est passé ce dernier record.
The last World Championship win.
Yes.
Wow, what is there to say about that? It was, it was obviously my second time, winning the Long Drive Championship. First time was 2010, and then 2016. We just maybe things come good on the night. Practiced a lot harder throughout the year.
Yeah.
Changed a few things in the swing, and come the final night, we just we found a nice groove and ended up winning the championship 2016. It's brilliant.
Wonderful, wonderful. Joe, we can see that you are a beautiful baby. Joe, c'est un beau bébé. Is it
Petite.
is it a whole year preparation?
Yeah, I mean it's it's something that I do throughout the year. Obviously, do a lot of training in the gym, as well as a lot of range time. Every single day when the weather, especially when the weather's like this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of effort that goes into it, and we train, we hit balls, and we're trying to gain distance all the time.
Ok. Donc bien sûr, pour taper aussi loin, c'est un entraînement à l'année, même de plusieurs années. Évidemment qu'il tape des balles toute l'année, qu'il va à un programme physique complet. Il a fait des petits changements dans son swing parce que souvent on croit que les longest drive ne jouent pas au golf, mais bien sûr qu'il faut avoir un bon swing pour pouvoir taper aussi loin et droit. Donc un programme à suivi toute l'année, bien entendu.
la salle de musculation, profiter de belles journées comme ça d'entraînement pour aller sur le parcours. Et puis Joe a la qualité d'être un golfeur. Joe, I said to our friends that the first quality you have is you are a golfer, of course.
Sometimes a good golfer. We play off +4 at the moment, so the game is it's okay.
Alors, même avec cette puissance phénoménale et cette passion pour les concours de drive, Joe reste un golfeur, et puis un golfeur avec des scores très très bas, puisque la plupart de ses rounds sont autour de +4, +3, +5. But Joe, you take all the par 5 in 2.
Yeah, should be less, right?
And all the par 4 in 1.
It's in par 3s, just the par 3s.
You are the dream of everybody.
I don't know about that, but on the golf course, everyone wants to hit the long ball, and it does help.
Joe, are you using the same drive when you play a normal round of golf and when you do your longest drive contest?
It's the same make. It's the same. We use a Callaway driver, XR. But the only difference is this is a competition driver, so this is 2 degrees of loft. The driver that we use out on the course is 6-7 degrees of loft, so a little bit longer as well. So 2-3 inches longer.
Okay.
But the main difference is 2 degrees.
Okay, and it's a special shaft?
Yeah, this is a Fujikura shaft, and it's a Joe Miller.
Okay.
Joe Miller's leg.
There is one for you. Okay.
If you can see that.
Donc Joe nous expliquait qu'il n'utilise pas le même driver lorsqu'il va jouer un parcours de golf et lorsqu'il fait le longest drive. Quand il joue un parcours de golf, il a un driver quand même de 6-7 degrés, ce qui est déjà bien fermé. Et il fait son concours de drive avec un driver de 2 degrés. Le manche est rallongé et il a des manches spéciaux. Il y a écrit Joe Miller sur le manche. Voilà.
Donc la face de club en bas plus fermée, le club un peu plus long, qui permet plus de distance. But the more a club is long, the difficult the control is.
Absolutely. That's why you need to practice hard. You can have all the speed and the length of the swing you want, but you need to work at it. You need to focus it and get it going straight.
You play around this morning. How did you find our golf course here in Royal Mougins?
Quite tough actually. It was a good test, but this is a golf course where you need to keep it in play off the tee.
Yeah.
Some tight fairways, tight holes, and 2 iron off the tee for me is pretty much 80% of the round.
Yeah.
And then we can, sometimes on some of them par 5s you can get the big stick out, but keeping it in play is key here. But the course is in amazing condition. Greens are very fast at the moment for this time of year, and we had good fun.
Okay.
Just to make us a dream, what is your average distance with the drive? So you can talk in meters or you can talk in yard as you want.
Average
with a drive, when you just play normal without trying to put a lot of distance, what is your average distance?
I would say average distance is around 350, 360 yards. So 330 meters
Ça
on a
fait
golf course.
330 mètres sur le parcours de golf quand il joue sans forcer, au drive. Voilà, de quoi faire rêver évidemment et de nous faire rêver aussi Stéphane. Hein.
C'est clair.
Me, I have only 3 questions. It's the question of the side of a teacher or coach.
Sure.
Because we spend time with our players to explain them that it's very difficult to have control of the trajectory of the club, of the ball, sorry.
Yeah.
When the club goes very, very far from you, behind you, very, very long way.
Yeah. So
How can you keep control with this big swing?
Overswing, huh?
Overswing.
It's something you have to practice it. What I tend to find is, if you tell someone to overswing, they're just not used to it, and their body can't physically turn that much. So when they get to there, they feel very scared, and then coming down into the ball goes everywhere, right?
Yes,
so it's
yes.
number one, you have to practice. Number two, if you have, you might be stiff, or you need to stretch in the gym and things like that. That's another thing. But I'd say the most important thing is this: don't do it on the golf course if you've never done it before. Go to the range. If you have a short swing and you want a bit more distance, that's a great way to find distance. But you have to practice.
Alors, Joe nous explique parfaitement que effectivement, il assimile son geste à de l'overswing, mais qu'il ne l'utilisera pas sur le parcours s'il doit faire un score. En tout état de cause, c'est géré parce qu'il a un entraînement important à la salle de gym, beaucoup de stretch, beaucoup de souplesse et puis beaucoup de force. Donc voilà, en gros, n'essayez pas, don't try this at home.
Don't try at home.
At home.
No, do try at home.
Yes,
do try
at home, but not on a golf course.
Yeah.
Voilà. The second question is, Joe, when do you feel personally that you're gonna put all the power? Now we talk not on the golf course but in your contest. It's when you come back, when you are just before impact, or it's all time?
It's at the top of it starts at the top.
At the top.
So at address position, you're very relaxed. You have to be very relaxed, okay?
With the
on
the ground.
Yep, nice and wide, but these hands are very soft.
Soft.
Okay, they have to be off the club. Don't tense up. It's the worst thing. So nice and loose. And when you finish the swing, so when I see the club head,
Yes.
appearing
Yes.
down that side,
Yes.
it's at that point that I know I can release the speed, and it goes from there. So, but main thing is nice and loose here,
Okay.
and then very fast from the top.
So as soon as you come back, you put the power.
Yeah.
L'énergie est mise au point zéro, c'est-à-dire lorsque le club arrive au sommet de la montée et que Joe le voit à gauche, c'est là qu'il envoie toute la puissance.
To complete this, one more question about that. Joe, are you losing a lot the vertical force in your swing?
Yeah.
I mean, jumping?
Yeah, massive, very, massive amounts of power comes from the floor. Okay, so on the way back, you really do. You load the right leg, so it's a big turn. This loads up like massive. This one is very light. On the way back down, the faster we can shift our weight to the left and jump up vertically, so it's kind of a squat movement. The faster we can do that, the more speed you generate.
Ok. Donc effectivement, Joe nous confirme que bien sûr la puissance vient beaucoup du bas du corps, qu'il va énormément charger la jambe à droite et qu'au retour il va transférer à gauche le plus vite possible dans le cas d'un concours de drive et beaucoup utiliser la poussée verticale, rotation aussi bien sûr, mais beaucoup de poussée verticale de la jambe gauche là, comme un squat.
Et que l'énergie vient du sol. So a lot of point comment with our amateurs except the final result. Okay, so the last question for me is we saw you turn so quickly that we have the impression that again you turn very, very, very fast.
Yeah.
But do you feel a little fraction of second that you stay behind the ball to respect the angle of attack and the angle of takeoff of your trajectory.
Every
feel it.
yeah.
feel it.
Every long driver or anyone who hits a long way is never ahead of the ball. So if you was to look at someone's side on, okay, their head would always remain behind the ball here. So that's a position kind of like this.
Yes.
Spine is back, spine is tilted that way. Launch the ball high, low spin,
Okay.
big distance.
And we see in the mark that you hit everything in the center. Hein.
Of course.
On va montrer à nos amis, voilà, que tout est tapé en plein centre.
Et vous remarquez qu'il a ses initiales sur la face, hein. Un petit privilège.
Joe Miller.
Joe est devenu l'ambassadeur du Royal Mougins à l'occasion de la première édition de la Celebrity Ryder Cup qui s'est passée ici à Royal Mougins. Il a joué pour l'équipe Europe et je suis impatient de savoir s'il fera partie de l'équipe Europe pour la deuxième édition qui aura lieu en juin 2018. So Joe, at the occasion, it's a privilege for us, you become an ambassador of Royal Mougins at the occasion of the first edition of Celebrity Ryder Cup.
Yep.
The second Celebrity Ryder Cup will take place in 2018.
Yep.
Will you be a part of the European team?
Only if you have me back.
Yes, please.
Of course, I'll be back. Looking forward to it. The first one, unfortunately, Europe lost.
Yeah.
Not down to me because I won my match. The rest of Europe weren't so good, but we're going to come back. Hopefully, we'll give the Americans a run for their money. And 2018, looking forward to it.
Great. And Joe, to kick off the next Celebrity Ryder Cup, you have a message for the American team.
A message to the Americans: just make sure you bring your A game. You won the first one, which was luck. Everyone can win one, but this time we're coming for you.
Ok guys, clear. Donc Joe fera partie de la deuxième édition de la Celebrity Ryder Cup dans l'équipe Europe et bien sûr on attend le match avec impatience. Nice.
Bravo Joe, merci.
Merci.